Hey everyone, it's Nicole B from Bead'n with Nicole B, and I'm back with another video. And I'm just gonna jump right in. You can see I have my setup already prepared, and guess what? We're making clay beaded bracelets today. Yep, you heard it right. Clay beaded bracelets. And I have my charcuterie board here already ready to go, and I'm gonna add in one more feature, and that's our star of the show today, our clay beads. Isn't that beautiful? Let's put them on the charcuterie board so we can be ready to go. As you can see, I have a nice combination of colors. We have brown, we have yellow and orange. And then we have our hearts. We have our hearts here. It's a little slippery away. Isn't that cute? Little hearts. And then we have our flat spacers. Look at that. Isn't that nice? Let's turn it so you can see it. Look at that. Really, really cute. So we're going to be using those today. And then we have check glass beads, you guys. Champagne and golden brown. Okay, so that's what we're working with today. So sit back, join me, and I hope you enjoy the video. Let's go. Okay, so we're ready to get started. I already have my 3 designs already set out and ready to go. I have some extra beads set out already, clay beads, the spacers, the gold spacers, and then I have some of these beads here as well that are included in the design. And I have my stretch cord. And I actually put a clip on the end of the stretch cord just, so the beads won't fall off the other end, which it shouldn't because it's actually long enough. Okay. So we are going to start. I actually want to start with this very first one. And we have noodle beads here, well, the larger noodle beads. And then we have a couple spacers here and the check glass beads here. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one. Okay, so let's do that. All right, the stretch cord is actually long enough to accommodate all 3 of the designs, so we're pretty good on that. Okay, so let's get ready to start stringing. This is my very first video with clay beads, you guys. So I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited. I'm trying to string. Yeah, I was trying to string 2 at the same time, but it's okay. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna string these beads on for our first design and see what it looks like. I'm pretty excited. But it's a nice design already anyway, so I like it. Oh, I was able to get 2 on it at one time. And then 2 of these at the same time. When you thread on more than 1 bead at a time, it kind of goes by quicker. That's all. Not that I'm rushing. I just like to, have the right amount of timing. We're gonna move these down. So, and well, if we take a look, let's stop and look. This noodle bead has a curve on it. So if you could see that curve, you can see, sometimes it's not favorable for metal pieces for it to string on. I like to put them on the rods. So because of that curve, but it actually went on the rod for me just to, get my design together and whatnot. Okay. So we're going to finish this design and then we'll be back to start the second design. Okay, so we have 2 beads left for this design and we are have completed our very first beaded bracelet. And then we can move on to the next. Okay, well, let's do one at a time. How about that? All right. And there we go. We have our completed bracelet. This, I measured it previously, and I believe it has to be, yep, it's 7.5 inches long. So that's a good size. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the end so we can tie. We're gonna tie the knot. Okay. Okay. And that's what we have. I like it. Really pretty. It's a different type of shape because it has the noodle beads on it, but that's just how it goes. And this is the back of the bracelet. This is the, the top of the bracelet that you can sit at the top of your wrist. You can actually sit this at the top of your wrist as well. It's up to you. But that's our first completed design. Okay. And now we're going to move on to our second design. And now this one actually includes the clay beads. I'm so excited, you guys. This is my first time, like I said, doing clay bead bracelets. And yeah. So let's go and start this one. We'll go ahead and get started with this one. And we're going to start off with our heart bead, a heart. You can see that. Okay. And we're going to start stringing this one. These beads colors, the clay beads remind me of butterscotch. They look just like butterscotch to me. Just the combination of the colors, like it definitely looks like butterscotch. So this is the pattern that we are starting with, our gold spacers, and we have the clay bead mixture. Okay. Now we're gonna continue on with some more clay beads. Okay. Trying to get them in that space. There we go. And then one of our check glass beads. Okay. Flat spacer. I showed you guys the spacers in the beginning of the video. They add a nice little touch to put between the crystals. And then now we're putting on more clay beads. Okay, so far this is what we have. That's the design we have so far. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. No, we can't do that. Well, I could have if I wanted to, but I try to keep it in the pattern that it was originally in. Well, I guess we'll be doing these one by one, huh? It's okay. So they're pretty flat discs. They're shaped, they're round and flat with the hole in the middle. So they're pretty, I would say they're pretty simple to thread the stretch cord through. Not a big, serious deal. They go on pretty easily. Okay, so we're gonna thread the rest of these beads on. Now these set of beads have a word there. If you can see, it says dream. It's not gonna stay, so we'll show it after they're on the bracelet. Okay. Actually, I'm going to take this off because this needs to go on first. The M needs to go first and back. I'm going to spell the word backwards to, there we go. And then put them on that way. So that way the word is spelled in the right order. Okay. There we go. We have the word dream. Okay, so I'm going to thread the rest of this design on the stretch cord, and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Okay, so we are at the end of this bracelet design, and then we'll get ready to tie the knot once all the beads are on in place, and then we'll get to bracelet number 3. This color scheme is so pretty. Oh my goodness. Look at that. I love these colors together. This gold, orange, yellow. It's really pretty. All right, so let's cut that. We're gonna put our rod out of the way here, and we're gonna tie the bracelet. One loop, knot second on top of that. Uh-oh. And there we go. Okay. All right. Now for bracelet number 3. So I'm gonna, bracelet number 3. Okay, so this design has another message on it as well, and we'll show that after it's done. This one, I used the clay beads. I actually used every component in the second and third bracelet. The first bracelet, I didn't use clay beads because I wanted it to be a little bit more dressy looking. These are also, this one is dressy looking as well, but the one with the gold noodles are more dressy. So I just kind of wanted to do 3 different styles for the stack. Okay, so let's start with our trusty gold heart bead, spacer bead, and the check glass beads. I really love these colors together. I said that already, didn't I? But they're really pretty, really pretty. So with this one, I alternated the gold and the champagne, or I should say brown. It's more of brown and champagne. These check glass beads. Okay. And then in this design, I'm going to stop for 1 second. In the design, I have in between the clay beads, I put gold spacers. If you can see that, stop the shaking. The gold spacers, I think, really elevated the look. It's really pretty. So yeah. When you use different type of spacers, you can elevate the look. You can dress it up. You can dress it down. You can make it trendy. You can make it cultural. Any type of, idea that you have, it depends on the components that you use with it that will give you a certain look. So always remember, if you like it, if you love it, then it's good. Always be yourself, design how you feel. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay to try a design that you saw somewhere. It's okay. But my biggest thing for myself is to always be unique. Try to be unique, you know? All right, let me make sure I got this the way I really wanted it to be. Okay, we have that there. And then we'll have these there. Yeah, that's right. Okay, take that off. All right. All right, you guys. So I'll be back with you after I thread on the rest of these beads, and then we'll be ready to finish put the little finishing touches. So I'll be right back shortly. Okay, so we have these last few beads to put on. And if you can see in this design, I did color blocking. And I'll pick it up and show you once I get the beads all on. But it's definitely color blocking. I really like color blocking. It gives you that bold statement look. And it makes, you know, it's very like in your face type of instead of a more subtle. All right, last bead here. All right. Let me make sure, look at the design, make sure I didn't miss anything. And I did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the string or the cord rather, and I'm going to take the other beads off and put what it is exactly that I'm missing. I missed one of my gold, the Indian gold spacer right here. So I'm going to take this out and we're going to put it in there. And just, you know, it's okay to go back and add and fix where you messed up a little bit. It's okay to do that. Make sure I'm not pulling the stretch cord out of place on the other end. Otherwise, I'll have to restring the whole thing. Okay. So let's finish the rest of this and then I'll be back with the rest of the video. Okay, we have our design all ready to go, ready to tie the knot. And that's what the design looks like. We have our pattern of color blocking. We have the it's orange, brown, and then we have the mustard color. And when I say color blocking, we have a thicker amounts. The size of that spot is thicker. It's not as just one. You know what I mean? It's not just one of those clay beads. It's a whole stack of them. That's what I mean when I say color blocking. Okay, so let's tie this bracelet and finish it off. And there we have it. I am going to cut the tails off. I'm not even going to do the glue thing, y'all. I'm just going to. There we go. All right, so that's what we have, our third bracelet design. Let's get our rod out the way here. And let's cut the tails off. And I'm going to pull it inside of the bead. There we go. And honestly, I was going to put the knot in the noodle, but it's not a big deal. It'll fit into the other bead there. I'll just pull it right in. There we go. And let's cut this one as well. And I'm going to pull it inside of the heart. And there we go. We have 3 bracelets. And I'm going to 1, 2, and 3. There we go. That's our finished product. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Thank you guys for joining the video on today. I hope you enjoyed the cutesy bracelets that I made on today. And the message is to dream big. That's the message today, is dream big. Okay, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for joining me on my first clay bead bracelet video. I'm so excited to do some more. Stay tuned. And I'll thank you for those that are new to the channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next go. Bye.